Hello viewers, it's Cynthia Michael from Screen Reviews, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called the Boruto Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to break your heart during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult limit. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will contain your adult limit. Now, if you're over 18, that means you've got to watch this audio podcast recording. So anyway, let's get into the latest episode of Boruto. So basically, our episode starts off with when it last left off. Boruto and Shirada were down in the laboratory basement fighting Diva while Konohamaru tired Konohamaru was fighting Victor. So things are not going very well for either or a hero. So basically. But lucky that Boruto and Shirada's training has paid off. But Deidara's metal powers is just like shooting his metal squares at them. It's like it's getting it's starting to get to them a little bit. So basically, Boruto says that I need to hit Deidara with a new Rasengan, but he needs some time to set up. To build up the proper amount of chakra to do so. So basically, when Diva keep on shooting his metal cubes at them, it's not, Boruto does not have the time to muscle up the chakra, to prepare his new Rasengan to take down Diva. Meanwhile, Konohamaru Konohamaru was still fighting Victor with one arm because his arm got drained of energy. So one of his left arm is still drained from Victor's divine tree that he used to make Hashirama cells. So basically, turns out that Victor can also do, not only Victor can do wind style jutsu, he can also do lightning style, fire style, and water style jutsu. So now he has a diverse chakra nature. So anyway, it seems like Konohamaru, was trying to do the best he can, but it seems like he was about to get his ass done for, and that's when the Orochimaru showed up. He's like, and Konohamaru was like, what the hell? Was surprised that that Orochimaru showed up, and and Victor and Konohamaru were shocked that Orochimaru showed up. So basically, and Orochimaru said, don't get it twisted. I'm here for Victor, because turns out, according to Orochimaru, that the Hashirama cells, that Victor had came from one of Orochimaru's old laboratory. So basically, Orochimaru, you stole from me, I'm gonna fuck you up. So basically, so basically Orochimaru made it clear to Konohamaru that, I ain't here to show your ass, this motherfucker here stole from me, so basically I'm here to fuck him up only, so stab my fucking way. So basically, that's what Orochimaru did. So basically, he came here to say, Konohamaru, he's like, I'm here to fuck up Victor from stealing my Hashirama cells. That wasn't here. So basically, Victor and Orochimaru started to go back and forth, cut off their arms and shit. But lucky it turned out that Orochimaru, has that regeneration juice, so does Victor. But for some reason, and that's when Orochimaru said that, so basically you have a regeneration juice too. But too bad your regeneration juice can't. You can't regenerate your legs. Your regeneration juice is bootleg compared to mine. Cause honestly, at least I can fully regenerate any limb or any body part that I I can fully regenerate any body part fully, but seems like you're regenerating because you can't even regenerate the leg that you're missing. So anyway, so why Rosie Marvel was slugging, why Rosie Marvel was slugging it out with Victor upstairs, downstairs, seems like Boruto. Shawada was doing her best to buy Boruto some time to repair his new Virginia, but Diva's mental assault was stopping Boruto to get his new Zinger attack ready, and seems like, but out of nowhere, it turns out the masked figure who was with Misty. I've assumed that was Michi's older clone brother, but it was Michi. So it turns out that Michi's clone brother gave him the organ that he needed to get off that machine. So basically, it turns out that when the organ that Michi was on the machine because one of his organs were because he needed a new organ to get off the machine, but it will take but that organ will take months to create. But turns out his big clone older brother, gave him his organ, and therefore that's why Michi is there. So basically, Michi works together as a team. They start, they gave Boruto the opportunity to buy Boruto the opportunity to get his new, compare his new Vizenga. Meanwhile, back upstairs, Victor and Orochimaru are still going at it while Konoha will watch and whatnot, and that's when the flower from Victor's divine tree started to open up, and Victor figured that it's about to grow the fruit, and that's when the tree it dissolved Victor. So basically, the tree instead of the tree did it, the flower bud opened up instead of creating a fruit, it just attacked Victor and ate him. But it absorbed Victor. So basically, Victor was like, oh my. Victor was like, thinking like, the tree was about to, the flower from the tree is about to create the fruit, but all of a sudden you see the tree just dissolved Victor, and Victor was gone. So basically, Orochimaru was like, what a tragedy. So basically, that's when Orochimaru was like, what a tragedy fool he was. So anyway, meanwhile, downstairs, back in the laboratory, Boruto managed to use his high compressor Rasengan on Diva while his arm was an armor, and his arm started to crack a bit, and that's when Diva went full armor on. That's when he fully armored his body. And once the smoke cleared, Diva was still standing. So basically, upstairs, Orochimaru was using a jutsu to destroy Victor's divine tree, and Diva was pissed off at the tree, and he saw that the tree was being destroyed by Orochimaru. He was so devastated, and that's when Boruto wanted to try to do his high compressed Rasengan on Victor, but and that's when Shimada said, no, don't do that again, because if you do that again, your arm will be fucked up. So basically, Boruto's high compressivity Rasengan is a dangerous jutsu, because if he keeps on doing it, his arm can be permanent damage and whatnot. So anyway, Boruto once again did his high compressivity Rasengan, and Figueroa tried to block it with his metal arm, and and that's when and that's when Mitsuki and Tawada, gave Boruto his chakra and reinforced his high and reinforced his attack and this time this special called the super high plus the Zenga and took down Ghidorah once and for all. So basically with the help of his teammates. So basically, also during the fight, that Tirada's shotgun also evolved during the fight as well, during the Diva fight as well. So anyway, with the help of the others, the Volta meant to hit Diva with its with this super high complexity Zenga, sent her flying into the base of the tree and took down Deidre. So basically, the whole base started to, Deidre so basically injured, defeated Deidre was still bitching that, I was so close to tasting that fruit for the divine tree, and that's when the whole place started to started to coming down, and some defeat hit Deidre, so basically I've seen that Deidre is dead at this point, because he was just bad. Dito badly hurt from Boruto's Rasengan, and so basically he didn't have the strength to turn his body into metal to protect himself from the fourth degree of the governing companies. But so basically, the others got out of the company before it collapsed on itself, and so basically during the fight, telling her that Michi lost an arm during the fight, but Michi said, "Don't worry, I'll get a new arm." So basically, I haven't seen that Mochimaro is gonna to get Michi a new arm. What is regeneration juice and shit like that. So anyway. So anyway, Orochimaru told Konohara, I told Naruto what the hell was going on. So basically, somebody will be here to clean up this mess in this whole situation. So basically, as Konohara said, before Orochimaru left, Konohara gave Orochimaru for saving him, even though Orochimaru made it clear that, I didn't came here to save you, and also making sure that Mitsuki, making sure that Mitsuki fully covered. But you should get Mitsuki's older brother for giving him the that he needed to fully recover. But anyway, we see Mia. Mia was there during the whole battle, and she said that I will testify to what went on here. So basically, Mia was like and Palmer Konohara and the others that I will testify to what went on here. That way the Kara organization will never do this to do this type of stuff to any other people again. So basically, that's so ended with T7, with the whole T7 rejoicing that they finally defeated Diva and managed to stop Victor and the Divine Tree from. And the divine tree from ever coming back. So basically, that's how the episode ended with the whole T7 celebrating their victory, and this is how the episode ended. So anyway, this was a good episode of Boruto. This was a very good episode of Boruto. So anyway, before I go, I'd like to say that, the latest episode of Kimmage has not come out yet. The sub for the latest episode of Kimmage has not come out yet. Just some reason it's being delayed for some reason. But, once the sub for the latest episode of Kimmage comes out, I will do a review on it. But until then, what do you guys think about this episode? Was it good? Was it bad? Or was it just okay? Please let me know with the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, it's Cynthia Michael from Scree Views. Sign off. One.